Welcome! This is a video introduction to the Bowet Book of Hours. It belongs to the King Baudouin Foundation and is held at the Public Library of Bruges as Manuscript 736. The binding dates from the 16th century. Here we have a fragment from a book printed in the 15th or 16th century. And on the flyleaf we have a recipe in Middle English for a medicine against migraine and a provenance mark dating from the 1927. This is a book of hours and it opens with a liturgical calendar. Now, this book was produced in Flanders, probably Bruges, around 1410-1420. But the content of the calendar and the rest of the manuscript follows the liturgical use of Salisbury in England, which indicates that this manuscript was destined for the English market. In the calendar, we can find the obeits of 6 members of the Bowet family. The Bowet family was probably the first owner of this manuscript, hence the name Bowet Book of Hours. The volume contains 16 miniatures, like this one, which were painted on individual leaves. They have been added later on to the text leaves. This miniature right here is significant. It shows the assassination of the English Saint Thomas Becket. His feast in the calendar, this miniature, and the subsequent prayer were not erased as required by Henry VIII, which tells us that the manuscript has probably remained in Catholic hands. The miniatures date from around 1410 and were made by the master or masters of the tall figures, who belongs to the Beaufort Group. They are an example of so-called pre-Aichian realism. Along with the 16 miniatures, the volume contains 13 decorated initials, like this one, on the text pages. If you want to find out more about the Bowet Book of Hours, you can find a detailed description of this manuscript along with digital images of the complete volume in our online catalogue. This was a video introduction to the Bowet Book of Hours of the King Baudouin Foundation, held at the Public Library in Bruges as Manuscript 736. Thank you for watching.